Hello and welcome back to AvengerCraft. This is episode 25 and today we are starting things off in the entryway that we were working on last time. As you can see, I have completely changed it. I went with polished diorite instead, which I think looks really nice in here. Gives it a nice accent to the rest of the build, but we are not going to be working in here today. We are going to work right out here, because I have been working with this little bitty ice farm for way too long. And today, we are going to fix that. So, to start with, I need to figure out exactly where I'm going to put this, because it will be here on this mountain, but I don't really want it up quite as high as this one currently is. Now, ice will form anywhere above snow level. So, if I start it about right here, that means I'm going to have to take out quite a big chunk of this mountain here. So let's go grab a beacon and get to that. So I just keep a few extra beacons in here. And then right over here in these barrels, we've got all sorts of blocks of iron. Alright, and we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse of me taking down the mountain. Now we are in a creative test world where I have created this little ice farm. So how this works, so when ice forms here, the piston quickly shoots up, pistons push this over, and continues pushing these all the way out. But once we get to our push limit out there, it starts creating a second row. So this will just continue to go up and over until we get completely full. So when we get completely full, we don't want this thing to run anymore, because if for some reason a block gets stuck here or here, the entire system will break. And I'll have to come in here and figure out where the random block is that's breaking our system. So I have come up with this shutoff. When the ice gets put there, the sticky piston will spit its block out and power this line. Now ice needs sunlight to form. So what we're doing here is we're just completely blocking the sunlight to where this ice farm shuts off. When I come in here to harvest all of our ice and I break this, the sticky piston extends and retracts its block, unpowering everything and turning the farm back on. So it's just as simple as that. This is just kind of a little mock-up that I've made, and so we're going to build it much bigger on the AvengerCraft server. So let's jump right into that. Alright, so here we have it fully constructed on our AvengerCraft server. Now, I was going to make a little time lapse of me creating this, but I actually really struggled with continuing to get pistons because this took an awful lot of pistons. And I was also kept messing up the design. I was just really struggling, so I scrapped the time lapse, and so I'm just going to show you it working here. So I'll go ahead and bust this right here. So just like in our test world, it works the exact same way. It is just a little bit bigger. So I've got a full wall of pistons. So this will come right up to the push limit of the pistons below. So this thing will be a nice 12 by 12 area of ice. Now there will be some missing here because this isn't a perfect, this will not be a perfect square. Because as you can already see, it's starting to form on this end and that end just a little bit quicker than it does in the middle. And that is because of the way that ice forms. It needs blocks next to it. And actually, speaking of that, if I just remove a middle section here, it will start to form a little bit quicker here in the middle as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's find our middle. So right there. We'll go ahead and rip out the piston there, put a block down. And just remove all of the redstone for this one section. Alright, so now the only thing I've got left to do is put in our automatic shutoff, but I'm going to wait until this fills up just a little bit more. Actually, wait till it fills up about the majority of the way on both sides here. And it should fill up a little bit more evenly now that we've got a little bit more space for ice to form. As you can see, it just formed right there. And then it will continue to spread very quickly once one forms. So yeah, I think this farm is going to work great. I'm very excited that I will actually have ice and not just a little bitty block where I get 20 ice at a time. With this, I should be able to either work on my base or AFK. Alright, so now that we've got all that fixed up, we're starting to get a little bit more even distribution of ice forming. Now we will still have some blocks that are missing because not everything will be formed by the time it pushes up and over. But that's okay. Even if we just have 10 or let's say even 9 of these rows filled, it's still 12 by 12 by would be 9. That is almost 1,000 blocks of ice every time we come over here to harvest it, if it's full. That's a lot of ice. And we will need a whole lot of ice for a future project. But also, I have been working on our ice stream, which will take all of our items from all of our farms up here into the main storage system. And there we go. So everything comes down here. And I know it's a little dark, but as you can see, there are items flowing in through here. And this stream will come from our tree farm. So everything gets shot into the same little section here and all towards our central storage system. And the easiest way to make water sources is with ice, because you can carry a stack of 64 blocks of water, or you can carry a bucket, and I'd much rather carry a stack of ice. So, that project is technically done. And I say technically done because the redstone is the technical part of it. Now we just need to put up a building around it. I will need to come up with some kind of design for that tower, but let's see. We're making ice here, so maybe some type of igloo or ice mountain. Something icy, definitely. That is going to be a lot of ice. Oh, I'm not sure I've got that much ice. But I will come up with an idea, and I'll be back. And we're back. I have completed our building. I went for a glacier, because I figured we could go inside the glacier and mine for ice. So that is the story that I'm going with here. And as you can see, our ice farm is continuing to work. I have come in here several times to gather, because I'm attempting to cover this entire thing with ice, because mobs do not spawn on regular ice. So I want to kind of make this spawn proof so that while I'm in here harvesting, creepers don't come in here and try to blow me up. But that's all we got time for today, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. This has been Buggy Hoser, and goodbye.